Picture this, you reach for a beloved fall dress and at first it feels promising. Soft knit, cozy fabric, maybe even a trendy detail. But then the mirror tells the truth. A sleeve puffs out, a hemline cuts too high, or a fabric clings under your coat. Suddenly, what seemed elegant feels heavy, dated, or strangely out of place. After 50, fashion isn't about chasing youth. It's about choosing pieces that give warmth without weight, presence without noise, and elegance that holds up in real light, not just store lighting. In this video, I'll walk you through 7 fall dress mistakes that quietly take control of your image. Each one looks tempting on the hanger, but in practice, they erase shape, drain posture, or fight against the season's layers. These missteps are subtle, but avoidable when you dress with intention instead of impulse. Ready to make sure your fall wardrobe frames you, not hides you? Let's begin. Mistake number 7. Puffy sleeves. You might choose a puff sleeve fall dress because it looked romantic and cozy on the rack, playful volume that promised personality. But the moment you put on a coat or sit at the table, the illusion shifts. Those sleeves balloon at the shoulders, pile awkwardly under outerwear, and suddenly the dress dominates your frame instead of complementing it. What seemed polished in the store quickly becomes distracting in real life. Excess fabric at the shoulder interrupts the natural line of the body, making you look broader and shorter, especially when layered with fall jackets. Thicker fall fabrics lose their crisp shape quickly, sagging into wrinkles or folding under coats. Instead of highlighting your posture, these sleeves pull focus away from your face and add visual weight that drains confidence. What was meant to feel festive often ends up cartoonish. The solution lies in sleeves that move with you, not against you. 3/4 sleeves lengthen the arm and balance layers beautifully. Tailored long sleeves in pont or crepe keep their line under coats. Dolman or kimono sleeves provide motion without adding bulk. Even a soft flutter sleeve in heavier fabric offers femininity without exaggeration. These details keep attention where it belongs, on you, not the excess fabric. As style matures, it becomes clear that elegance isn't built on dramatic tricks but on clarity. Puffy sleeves may feel whimsical for a moment, yet they quickly steal the spotlight and leave you fussing. Structured, simplified sleeves let you carry yourself in proportion, move freely, and pair effortlessly with scarves or outerwear. In fall, restraint is not boring. It is the secret to warmth with authority. Mistake number 6. Mini dresses. A short hemline might feel fresh and playful when you first try it on, but once you step into real fall weather, the problems appear. Heavy footwear like boots, thicker tights, and layered coats immediately fight with a mini dress, making the whole outfit feel unbalanced. What looked youthful in the store mirror can turn awkward the moment you sit, walk, or cross your legs, leaving you tugging at fabric instead of moving freely. When a hemline ends too high, it cuts the leg at its widest point, making you look shorter and boxier rather than tall and elegant. Knees become the center of attention, an area many women prefer to soften as skin tone and texture change. Fall fabrics add another challenge. Stiffer weaves and layered knits exaggerate the break at the thigh, further shrinking the silhouette. Instead of highlighting your posture and expression, a mini hemline pulls the eye downward and makes the outfit feel restless. A far more flattering option is to choose lengths that flow with your frame. Midi dresses that graze the calf or T-length styles that end just below the knee elongate the body while offering ease of movement. Asymmetrical hems or high-low cuts can reveal a glimpse of leg without disrupting balance. Slit details in longer skirts create grace in motion without sacrificing polish when standing still. These styles pair naturally with fall layers and boots, creating harmony instead of competition. The truth is that elegance after 50 doesn't come from showing more. It comes from choosing cuts that let you move confidently without distraction. When the hemline supports your presence instead of stealing it, the result is a look that feels timeless, comfortable, and powerful. In fall, the right length not only flatters your proportions, but also gives you the freedom to enjoy the season without fuss. Mistake number 5, bodycon dresses. A bodycon dress might look sleek on the hanger, promising confidence and shape. But once you step into it during fall, reality sets in. Thick knits or clingy synthetic blends grip tightly, making every line, curve, and shift in posture visible. Under a coat or layered with a cardigan, the silhouette collapses and loses its intended sharpness. Instead of celebrating your figure, the dress exposes details you'd rather soften and leaves you adjusting constantly to stay comfortable. The problem with bodycon styles is that they demand tension. Every seam clings, every fold shows, and thicker fall fabrics only magnify the effect. Movement feels restricted, sitting pulls the hem out of place, and posture becomes rigid rather than natural. Rather than adding poise, bodycon dresses often drain it, making you look self-conscious at moments when you want to appear most assured. Better alternatives balance shape with freedom. Fit and flare cuts skim gracefully without compressing. Bias cut styles follow curves with natural drape, allowing the body to move fluidly. Wrap dresses offer waist definition without constriction, adjusting to your proportions rather than forcing them. Sheath dresses in pont or lined crepe provide structure and polish that holds up under outerwear. Vertical seams and subtle paneling contour the frame without the discomfort of tight fabric. True elegance in fall thrives on ease, proportion, and quiet authority. Bodycon dresses, no matter how appealing in theory, too often deliver the opposite. By choosing designs that skim instead of squeeze, you give yourself room to breathe, move, and embody confidence without distraction. It's not about showing every line, it's about creating presence that feels effortless, season after season. Mistake number 4, loud prints. Bold prints can be tempting in fall. Oversized florals in deep hues, busy plaids, or chaotic abstract designs that seem full of energy on the hanger. But once worn, they often dominate the entire outfit and drown out the person wearing them. Instead of highlighting your presence, they fight for attention, pulling the gaze away from your face, your posture, and your natural elegance. What feels festive or trendy one season quickly looks dated the next, leaving you with a dress that wears you rather than the other way around. The problem with loud prints is that they create visual noise. Heavy autumn fabrics amplify this effect, making patterns look even busier under layered coats, scarves, or jewelry. They disrupt the clean lines of a silhouette, making it harder for tailoring or accessories to stand out. In photos or evening lighting, high-contrast prints can feel overwhelming, and instead of projecting sophistication, they project distraction. Subtle alternatives provide interest without overpowering. Monochromatic patterns, textured fabrics, or tone-on-tone motifs add depth while keeping the gaze centered on you. A soft plaid in muted jewel tones, a fine houndstooth, or vertical stripes that elongate the body can deliver personality without clutter. Color blocking with clean lines is another option, creating structure while still allowing bold touches through accessories like scarves or handbags. Elegance after 50 thrives on balance. When your dress complements instead of competes, the result is presence that feels calm and controlled. By choosing prints that frame rather than consume, you ensure that your style reflects you, not a pattern that shouts louder than your voice. In fall, subtle design choices carry far more authority than any fabric covered in chaos. Mistake number 3, bulky waist details. Fall fashion often tempts with dresses that add belts, bows, or gathered fabric around the waist to create interest or cover up. On the hanger, these details may seem flattering, but once worn, they stack bulk at the very place where balance matters most. Instead of guiding the eye to your natural proportions, they interrupt the line of your torso, making the waist look wider and the silhouette less defined. What was meant to conceal ends up drawing more attention, leaving you adjusting and fussing throughout the day. The issue with bulky waist details is that they distort proportion. Oversized belts ride too high or too low, creating awkward breaks. Thick elastic bands or ruched panels push fabric into folds that widen the body instead of lengthening it. Big knots, peplums, or exaggerated ties add horizontal weight just as coats and sweaters are layered on top, doubling the heaviness. Rather than providing structure, these gimmicks create noise, making the body look cluttered instead of elegant. Refined alternatives make the waist a point of grace, not distraction. Clean seam lines at the natural waist create definition without interruption. Subtle darts or princess seams lengthen the torso while keeping shape intact. A-line cuts skim the body, flowing smoothly without clinging. Wrap dresses with soft ties offer control without bulk, while belts in matching tones frame the waist quietly. Paired with fluid fabrics on the skirt, these choices create vertical flow that elongates and refines. In fall, where layering already adds weight, simplicity at the waist is power. Excess detail only complicates the silhouette, while restraint lets your natural form stand clear. By removing clutter, you gain elegance that feels effortless, strong, and unmistakably poised. The waist should be a quiet frame for your presence, not a stage for fabric tricks. Mistake number 2, shapeless sweater dresses. At first glance, a cozy sweater dress feels like the perfect fall choice, soft, warm, and seemingly effortless. But once you slip it on, the problem becomes clear. Without a defined waist, shoulder line, or contour, these dresses hang like a blanket. Instead of framing your body, they swallow it. What was meant to be comfort turns into bulk, draining posture, and leaving the impression of loungewear rather than elegance. The challenge with shapeless knits is that they erase presence. Heavy yarns or acrylic blends stretch, sag, and wrinkle quickly, especially after a few wears. The longer you move, the more the fabric loses structure, collapsing into folds that hide your frame. Paired with flat boots or layered undercoats, they slide even further toward a casual, unfinished look. The result is not the ease of refinement, but the fatigue of excess fabric. Smarter options give softness with shape. Ribbed sweater dresses guide the eye vertically, creating length. Belted knits in the same tone add definition without breaking flow. Wrap styles in pont or wool blends move with the body while holding structure. Midi lengths in heavier fabrics drape smoothly, balancing comfort with polish. With layers, structured blazers or longline cardigans elevate a simple knit into something intentional. Elegance in fall means combining warmth with proportion. Shapeless sweater dresses may feel forgiving, but they strip away clarity and make even confident stances appear slouched. By choosing knits that respect your frame, you highlight comfort and refinement together. True ease is never careless. It's softness shaped with purpose. Mistake number 1, wrong fabrics. In fall, fabric is everything. The season demands warmth and durability, yet many dresses rely on materials that undermine both comfort and elegance. Thin synthetics cling to undergarments, exaggerating every crease and fold. Thick, stiff weaves add bulk and erase movement, making even confident postures appear rigid. Shiny polyester reflects artificial light, highlighting skin texture and creating glare in photos. Overly synthetic blends trap heat under coats, leaving you flushed indoors and chilled once you step outside. What looked practical on the hanger often becomes a source of distraction the moment you wear it. The challenge is that fall layers multiply these flaws. A clingy acrylic dress may look passable alone, but under a blazer or cardigan, it twists and bunches. A stiff, heavy fabric might feel luxurious, but once you sit through dinner, it folds into awkward creases that won't release. Shiny synthetics under warm lighting can emphasize uneven tones across the décolletage and arms. Instead of creating refinement, the wrong fabric makes you constantly aware of your clothing, when true elegance should feel invisible. Better choices lie in materials that breathe, drape, and adapt with intention. Wool blends, pont knits, and double-faced crepe provide warmth without heaviness. Cotton sateen or viscose with lining moves fluidly while holding shape. Matte finishes elongate your outline, and structured fabrics allow layering without collapse. Even the addition of a good lining or slip can transform how a dress moves and feels. These fabrics don't just flatter, they last, aging gracefully across seasons. Fall elegance begins with fabric because fabric dictates everything else: shape, flow, and comfort. A poor choice reduces even the best design to something careless, while the right textile elevates the simplest cut into quiet authority. Instead of chasing whatever feels trendy, look for fabrics that support your body, respect the season, and highlight your natural clarity. Elegance isn't about fighting your clothes, it's about letting them serve you with ease. Fall can be the season that elevates your style or hides it. Puffy sleeves, mini lengths, bodycon cuts, loud prints, bulky waists, shapeless knits, and wrong fabrics all promise charm on the hanger but often erase elegance in real life. True fall style is about clarity, proportion, and intention. When your clothes frame you instead of competing with you, the result is warmth without bulk, presence without noise, and elegance that lasts season after season.